Good morning, Florida lacrosse fans. Welcome to Morning Coffee, Thursday, June 9th. Lee Roggenberg, your host. 6-9 doesn't seem to have any sort of special day attached to it. Seems like pretty much half the days in America have a National Donut Day or a National Egg McMuffin Day. God knows what else these days. So maybe someone can come up with something for today. First, a little bad news. Jim Seals of the music group Seals and Crofts passed away. Learned about it yesterday. Seals and Crofts was the second concert I ever went to, like in 1976. Saw them at Blossom Music in Cleveland, outside of Cleveland, and I can tell you that I've always enjoyed listening to their music. Plenty of you are familiar with Summer Breeze and Hummingbird, and We May Never Pass This Way Again, and all the rest. And there's one that has always been under the radar of theirs. So, kids, if you haven't gotten into Seals and Crofts at all, pull up East of Ginger Trees and listen to it. I think it's one of the least appreciated songs I've ever heard of and listened to. I'm kind of also mentioning this, by the way, rest in peace, Jim, and, to your family and Dash, your singing partner. I noted just before coming on that Booker Corrigan was a really good friend of the website. I was asking about a potential first dance song for his wedding, second marriage, I believe, for both of them. So, some of the suggestions were kind of tongue in cheek, but Booker, I would recommend "Cruisin'" by Smokey Robinson. That was the one I wanted. The band didn't know it, didn't want to learn it. I still, to this day, am annoyed about that fact, and that's back in 1994. But Smokey Robinson's "Cruisin'," take a look at it and see. I think it makes a great first dance song at a wedding. Okay, now we've gotten the fun stuff out of the way. Let's go through some of the stories that kind of broke during since Tuesday. If you're a fan of the NLL, the Indoor Lacrosse League, they're in the middle of their championship series. Buffalo won the first game 1-0. Game 2 of the best of 3 is in Colorado Saturday night. ESPNU and ESPN Plus are going to be broadcasting. 8 p.m. start on that game. The thing that really caught my attention was Game 1 in Buffalo drew over 14,000 fans. Now, one of the better kept secrets of the entire lacrosse world is that the indoor game tends to draw very well. Certainly, the PLL is certainly hoping to match those types of numbers this year, and MLL would have dreamed for a 14,000 seat playoff. This is definitely one of the more interesting facts. So, if you're looking for something on Saturday night and you're not doing anything, 8 p.m. ESPNU and ESPN Plus, Game 2 NLL Championships. I got a note from Markeel Hearns. Markeel was someone who, in his high school days, was covered by FLN, but that I think was before I even started writing for them. He went up to a play at Genesee Community up in New York. He was he went to a Final Four for the National Junior College. He was the most improved player up there. Played in the Florida Lacrosse League, Tampa Fuego for a couple of years, LSM, and he's definitely looking to continue playing. He has a dream to continue trying to play some professional lacrosse. And he sent me a note saying he's trying to set up an adult league in the Port Charlotte area. That's where he graduated high school. I've asked him to provide me with the location and the times. But if you're interested in that area in playing and you're not playing right now, Markeel's email is markelehearns2@gmail.com. And we'll put this up. I'll put the link in the article for this also so that you can find it there. But, again, if you're just kind of looking to have some fun, and also I think high school kids will be able to play there if they want to, too. Get in touch with Markeel and, keep your dream alive, Markeel. You want to play pro lacrosse, keep doing it, keep working at it. Make sure that when you decide to hang them up, it's with no regrets. Good luck. Yesterday, USA Lacrosse Magazine came out with a nice article on the startup program at USF on the women's side, and interviewed Mindy McCord, new head coach, as part of it. USF has almost 50,000 students total, 38,000, I believe, on campus. Obviously, a very different environment from what Mindy built at Jacksonville, the small school. So obviously, the new sport, the new varsity status at USF has been catching a lot of attention, and it's really nice to see. And let's hope that get off the ground running. Hope that whoever replaces Mindy at Jacksonville continues that program's success too, and really look forward to how the Division I schools, now that we have 4 on the women's side, maybe we could have a couple of nice double headers at times. And maybe it'd be nice to see Stetson UF and USF Jacksonville playing at a location, a double header down the line. Okay. Under Armour All-American teams had their tryouts. To be honest, I've never really sort of read up on where this fits into the showcase scene and the club scene. So I'll try to do a little bit of that over the next week or two. A number of players have made the teams. I don't have the full list, so I do know that Ricky Savage of St. Ed's, Berkeley Prep's Luca Mastrandrea, and then I think there's Cardinal Mooney players who are also out there. I just don't have the whole list yet, so we'll just circle back to it when I get a chance to do a little bit more research on it. Florida State looking for a new head coach. If you're interested in applying for the position, it is paid. And email to Will Sackman, who is the club president, or Jonas Klingerman, who is the club vice president. It's WILLSACKMAN07 JONASPCLING@gmail.com. I'll also put those in the email. Good luck filling the position. Obviously, Florida State's always been around the top 25 or higher over the years, just like UF and Florida Gulf Coast, FAU, etc. The MCLA scene is serious. It's not quite the same amount of commitment that you have with an NCAA program or an NIIA program, but it's certainly worth your time. And we always should be supporting these schools and their programs when we get the chance. Referees. Tampa Bay Lacrosse Officials Association tweeted out asking for people to join. I've touched on this before. Kids, if you're a hardcore player, there is nothing smarter to me than getting certified as a referee. Not only do you get great insight into what the referees are looking to call on you on the field and what they'll let you get away with, but also it's a great way to put spending money in your pocket. I can't emphasize this part enough. I mean, you can go to a weekend youth event twice a month on a Saturday. You can put a couple $100 in your pocket by the time the weekend is over. This is just This is one of those ways you give back. The people who have been officiating have been working hard. They have taken abuse over the years. They've learned how to handle it over time. We certainly need to recycle, and players, once you're done with your playing days, you just transition right up the line. High schools can pay a pretty nice amount as a supplement. And then when you get to the colleges, I can tell you, when we ran Hobart Cornell, it surprised me how much the Division One referees made. It's a significant money, and it is well worth the time to do it. And you get your travel and per diem covered as part of this. Wrote some very significant checks that day. So if I were you, I'd be definitely looking into it. Check out their tweet, Tampa Bay Lax Officials Association, and try to get involved. Okay. I listed I was going to go for the FSLCA 2025 watch list. I'm going to hold off on that until Tuesday because I wanted to finally put a bow on the end of this nonsense that happened on our Twitter feed over the past couple of days. And just, those of you who know me believe that I'm not one who believes in censoring speech. Even some things that a lot of people would probably consider out of bounds. I'm a big believer that sunshine is the best disinfectant for these things. A lot of that was formed by my knowledge of the Supreme Court ruling in the Skokie, Illinois Ku Klux Klan case. I can very comfortably say that when the Klan won that case and had their rally, that was the end of the Ku Klux Klan because people could see with their own eyes how nutty they truly were. But what happened the last 2 days really left a bad taste because people were abusing the privilege of getting in front of our readership. Free speech is a right, but I run this website when it comes to editorial content. And if it doesn't hold sway with me from the side of being respectful, you're not going to be able to use our readership that way. For those who didn't follow, we had an incident where a video was posted, sent to us. I was the one who forwarded and got in touch with the Kaiser administration about it. It was supposed to be about an incident in Utah where two girls, women who were part of the Kaiser women's team, were identified as being part of a fight and an assault in the video. So I felt it was right for me to pass this on to Kaiser and let them handle it from there. But of course, the social justice, Stave Puff, Marshmallow, keyboard warriors who don't have the balls to put their name on anything decided that they were going to use our website for their purpose. And after a while, it got too much and went over the line. They dragged a high school senior into this who had no business having anything to do with this whatsoever, just for their own selfish use. So trust me, kids, if you think you're going to bully someone at this website, you got it wrong. And after a while, I started responding. And I'm sure those of you who read some of my responses were kind of a little surprised that I went that strong. But when you are fighting a bully, you don't go weak. You teach them a lesson, and hopefully they will stay away now for the rest of the time. I thank all of you who had our back on this. A number of you responded defending this site. They, for some reason, used a picture of a press release that we posted to try to show that we were somehow supporting the violence in the video, which just goes to show you that these people obviously didn't very much spend much time on critical thinking skills and just preferred to try to be big shots to their own people. We send our best to the young girl who was definitely assaulted in the video. We hope you recover quickly. We send our best to your family. We will see how the program, how the story plays out, and we'll worry about it then. And if there's definitely an arrest or something along those lines, and it's tied to a lacrosse story here in Florida, we will cover it. It's that simple. But a word of warning to you out there, if you think you're going to use this site just to be jerks, think again. It's not going to happen. Okay. And by the way, those of you who kept posting the picture, the old American picture of the 6 Kaiser women in it, if 2 of them are guilty and 4 are innocent, and you say all 6 need to be called out, I suggest you review the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case that just finished, and you'll see what type of legal jeopardy you could be putting yourself into. Okay, it's enough for that. By the way, I forgot to sip the coffee. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please like the videos if you do. This is, oh wait, and also just keep in mind, we're always here to grow the game, respect the game, and honor the game. And we're going to continue to do that no matter how hard it becomes. This is Lee Roggenberg, Florida Lacrosse News, saying have a great weekend. See you on Tuesday, and so long from the Sunshine State.